planning to build the third temple? For some, this is the ultimate end times question.
The anticipation surrounding the construction of the third temple in Jerusalem has taken a significant step forward with the recent announcement that a perfect red heifer has been approved and preparations are underway to lay the first stone. For many watching biblical prophecy and Middle Eastern religious developments, this news has profound implications. The red heifer, a rare and ritually significant animal in Jewish tradition, is an essential element in the purification process required before temple services can begin. Coupled with plans to begin construction, these developments mark one of the most pivotal moments in recent religious history. In Jewish tradition, the red heifer holds extraordinary importance. According to Numbers 19 in the Hebrew Bible, a red heifer without blemish or defect is required for ritual purification. Historically, this purification was necessary to cleanse the priests and worshippers who would serve in the temple. Without it, temple worship could not be conducted according to biblical law. Over the centuries, finding a heifer that met the strict scriptural criteria, entirely red, without more than 2 non-red hairs, and without defect, has proven nearly impossible. The discovery and approval of such a heifer have sparked renewed enthusiasm among those preparing for the temple's construction, as it removes a significant obstacle to reinstating temple worship. The Temple Institute, an organization in Jerusalem dedicated to rebuilding the Third Temple, has been at the forefront of these preparations. They have spent decades studying temple procedures, recreating sacred vessels, training priests in ancient rituals, and educating the public on temple significance. For years, they have been working in collaboration with ranchers in Israel and the United States, breeding red heifers according to biblical standards. After extensive inspection by rabbinic authorities, one heifer has now been declared fit for the purification ritual. This historic milestone has prompted the Temple Institute and other supporting groups to fast-track plans for the temple's reconstruction. Perhaps the most symbolic and momentous part of the recent developments is the preparation to lay the first stone of the Third Temple. While no official date has been announced, sources close to the temple movement suggest that the laying of the cornerstone could take place soon, pending final religious and governmental approvals. This ceremony would not only signify the physical beginning of the temple's construction, but also serve as a spiritual milestone for many Jews and Christians who believe the temple plays a central role in the fulfillment of end-times prophecy. The political and religious implications of building the Third Temple are vast. The Temple Mount, where the First and Second Temples once stood, is currently home to the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, 2 of Islam's holiest sites. Any construction efforts on or near this site are likely to spark intense controversy and could inflame tensions in Jerusalem and beyond. Israeli authorities have historically navigated this delicate balance with caution, as maintaining peace in Jerusalem's Old City remains one of the most complex and volatile challenges facing the region. Despite these challenges, temple activists remain undeterred. They argue that the temple is not only a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, but also a place intended for prayer and worship for all nations, as foretold in Isaiah 56-7. Supporters envision a rebuilt temple as a unifying house of worship that reflects God's covenant with Israel and His purpose for the world. Their optimism is fueled by what they see as a series of prophetic signs, including the return of the Jewish people to their ancient homeland, the rebirth of the Hebrew language, and the gathering of exiles from across the globe. Many Christians who follow biblical prophecy also view these events with great interest. According to their interpretation of the Book of Revelation and other apocalyptic texts, the rebuilding of the Third Temple plays a critical role in the unfolding of the end times. Some believe that the temple will be the site where key prophetic events, such as the rise of the Antichrist and the return of Jesus Christ, will take place. This intersection of Jewish temple preparation and Christian eschatological expectation creates a unique dynamic in global religious discourse. However, not all voices in the religious community support the temple project. Some Jewish groups argue that the temple should not be rebuilt until the arrival of the Messiah, believing that premature construction could lead to unnecessary conflict. Similarly, some Christian theologians caution against overemphasizing physical structures in the fulfillment of God's plan, emphasizing instead the spiritual temple found in the body of believers. Regardless of one's theological position, the latest developments cannot be ignored. The approval of the red heifer and the preparation for laying the first stone mark a tangible step toward what many consider a long-awaited prophecy. As tensions simmer and hopes rise, the world watches Jerusalem, a city where faith, history, and destiny converge.